There's a new guest at the table this week. A hot new bombshell enters the villa. And she came unexpectedly. Very unexpectedly. I will insert this TikTok I made a few weeks ago here. Let's get our hand mixer out. I dream about a KitchenAid someday, but I always say the one kitchen gadget that I'm saving for my wedding registry, because honestly, I'm just buying myself all the stuff at this point. We're running out of things. And this was a very unexpected birthday present from my family. Shout out Gemini. All the Gemini queens and kings and they thems. I thought we would do a little unboxing of her. I have never seen one of these in the flesh, in the person. I thought everyone who had these was like a bajillionaire. So I guess now I am too, because I'm just like so blessed by these people who just decided to gift this to me. And I about crap my pants. I think we should get her out, see what we're working with, and then I think, not today, but another day, we'll break her in and make something with her. I don't even know where they acquired this. Like, I don't know if you have to, if these are just like available places or you have to order them or what, but it's mine now, mama. Okay. The thing right on top is the care instructions for the wooden bowl. They did get me the one with the wooden bowl. And I did hear that you have to hand wash it only. That probably will not be lasting long in this house. As in, there will be a metal bowl purchased sometime in the near future. Oh, mama, this is all the attachments you can get. And all the different bowls. Do you see this? Hello? Hello? This is huge. Who made this? Let's see what we got going on. I would like the meat grinder. I've said that for a while. There's a juicer. Oh, snap. There's a juicer, everyone. There's a juicer. Some people said that, Aaron said the cheese shredder. I don't know. That just seems anticlimactic to me. Does anyone else feel that way? I want the ice cream maker, the pasta sheeter. Y'all see how ghetto my hand crank one is? We need the automatic one. They have a ravioli roller. My friend had the one where it does macaronis and you just chop it off. That one's fun. I've heard about the flour mill. I don't know if I would use that enough. And then there's like an auto doser, but it's like to put stuff in the bowl, so you tell it like 1 cup. A metal one hits. There's a glass one would be good too. Maybe. Okay? Alright, let's see. How do we get her out of here? She's industrial, mama. My God. Okay. I think sliding? Does that seem like a good choice? Sliding seems like a good choice. That seemed like a good choice. Okay. Whisk. Everything about these is just so heavy duty. Also, this color. Am I the only one who thinks this color is giving military? Paddle. I've also heard this sucks. Is that true? My mom's had a KitchenAid for like ever. And she hated this thing from the jump. This attachment. And she got the one where it has a scraper automatically on the side. Maybe these are going to go on my Christmas list. I don't know. We're obviously going to give her the full testing. And then, of course, the one that I have so desperately wanted for so many years. The dough hook. Mama, we are about to up our bread game so much because of this thing. This is about to hit so hard. Wow, everything is so... Here's the manual. Love that. We will read it because smart. Here, we'll lay this out all pretty for everyone. All right. Let's see. This looks... Oh my god. Did y'all know this has this little gold knob up here? I didn't. Wow, I didn't. How do we get this out? Oh, lift? Unlock? Oh, that's speed. Unlock. Oh, yeah. Wow, she's so beautiful. I really imagine that the camera doesn't really pick up how pretty this color is. My only concern, here's my dilemma, everyone. Okay, this is beautiful, right? Gorgeous, beautiful, everything you could ever want and more, right? Gorgeous wooden bowl. The only other colored appliance I have, Mama, they are not from the same family. They are not even, are they even sisters? They're more like cousins. This is very blue undertone. So they will be staying as far away from each other as possible. But this is her. This is everything she came with. Someone remind me of that guy on TikTok who has that thing that you put on your KitchenAid so it doesn't bounce. Does anyone know about that? Who can take me? I've reached new levels of cooking ability today, everyone. This feels, I feel like I won a lottery, except a small lottery. Like I won a really nice casino giveaway, something like that, you know? It's wonderful. I didn't realize it had this little thing on the front. That's adorable. This is her. We'll give her a good wash, and we'll make something with her this week, and I will circle back with you then. Until then, don't worry. She'll find a permanent home somewhere on the counter. Where has yet to be seen. Welcome back. It has been a few days, and I really pondered what I wanted to make in this, what I wanted to christen our new lovely gal with, who needs a name. We'll figure that out, but I figured the most appropriate thing to do was cookies. One, because I love cookies. Two, there's a recipe that I originally got from a website. I will link it in the description because I always forget where they're from. But I've kind of put my own spin on it, and I call these giant junk cookies because I like fat, thick cookies. That's what I like. So that's what we're going to make today. I'm going to take you through the process. But I also wanted to show you this because speaking of welcoming new appliances to the kitchen, this was acquired the other day. Funny story. I was out for a walk with Erin now that it's nice out, every evening we do a little evening stroll through our neighborhood. You know, you gotta keep your steps in, get outside, get some fresh air, you know, as we do. This was just sitting there. And I was like, is that a juicer? It was in parts. It was in shambles, honestly. We brought it home, cleaned her thoroughly. I put her together first time, doesn't work. You know, I get on the Google. She says, this is a lock and you got to make sure she's locked in for safety purposes. Because you know I'm here trying to turn this on with this giant spinning blade 3 inches from my face. She works. free. Will be breaking her out once I run out of my current green juice. I'll link my green juice recipe down below as well. One of my favorites. Doesn't taste like grass. But yes, she's new to the kitchen as well. Let's get started. Let's make some cookies. Let's enjoy, relax. I've been very stressed recently. And you know what? What better way to cope than to eat sweets? All right. Let's do it. I am going to double this recipe because I am having a party on Friday. I'm hosting a birthday party for myself because that's the kind of girl I am. So these can also be for that. But I've also never made these in this manner because I've never had a stand mixer. And the recipe requires a stand mixer. And I always, for the last, I don't know, I've been cooking forever, but I've been living on my own for 10 years now. And throughout those 10 years, I've never had a stand mixer, so I've always just coped with whatever we got. This is Kerrygold, the goat of goats, which now y'all are fake fans for getting on this train after they did that crazy brand trip. OGs stay paying for this expensive butter because they know it makes a difference. For my birthday, I want to get my knife sharpened. The recipe also is from sugarcovesweets.com. Preheating the oven to 400. And this is just cold butter. It's not frozen, but I just pulled it out of the fridge. The goal to this, these cookies are going to seem so freaking dry. You're just going to have to stick with me through this, okay? Trust the process, people. This is saying just to put the butter in and just mix it. This is the paddle attachment. Oh my god. I'm pumped. Let's do it. Kind of anticlimactic because she doesn't reach anywhere, nor do I have a plug. I don't have an extension cord, so where do we put her? She's going. I'm letting her think or something. While we do that, we're going to do our dry ingredients. Hold on. Everything is on the paddle. That's why I wanted to do this over here, y'all. I'll get an extension cord. Don't worry. Nice. Okay. We need flour. Flour. That looks good. The flour I am doing by weight because once you go like this for sourdough, you really can't ever go back. It's terrible. And because I'm doubling the recipe, 600 grams of all-purpose flour, mama. Whoa. Hang on. That's good. Okay. Baking soda, cornstarch, salt. I thought I needed baking powder. I don't. And what do we need? Teaspoon, tablespoon. Bada book, bada boom, baby. I feel like I can't talk to y'all when I do this because I gotta focus because I'm not messing this up. I love these cookies. Here's our dry ingredients. Wonderful. Get this all mixed together. Nice and homogenized. Is it wrong if I put this on the oven so y'all can see it better? She's too pretty for you not to see. Have y'all ever seen those things people make for on top of their stoves if you have a really tiny kitchen so you can get extra counter space? It's like, it's more so if you have a gas stove, which someday I'll have. It's like so you can get extra and you can like get a piece of wood or something pretty and put on top. We'll just pretend that's what's happening here. I have fractured a glass stovetop before, but that was because I lived in this tiny apartment in college and my fridge was right next to the oven. So like you came in the door and then it went fridge, oven, and then it had like a corner counter like that, and that was it. On top of I always store stuff on top of the fridge. That is a new thing as an adult. I had a big old bottle of cheap, I forget what it's called, but it has like a kangaroo on the front. That wine sucks. Sorry to that wine brand, but it's really awful. I used to drink that like it was nobody's business. Put that sucker on top of the fridge. One day tried to open the freezer, fell, cracked right through the stovetop. I was like, hello? Needless to say, paid for a new stovetop. It was fine. Really wasn't that hard to install either. Now we're doing brown sugar and granulated sugar. We need 2 cups. 2 cups of brown sugar. Holy man. Never said these were healthy. And this is just the brown sugar. It doesn't specify if it's packed or not, so I usually just like lightly pack it at that point. A cup of regular sugar. I've always heard it's important to really lock these on. So she's locked in, mama. Let her cook. Let her cook. You see that? She's doing her thing. You can tell she's working. She's making weird noises. I don't know if you can hear this thing going, but this is what it sounds like. That's what I think it's doing. Yes. She's gonna keep going. Because I truly do want it to be like fluffy. Is that too fast? I don't know. I feel like the world's my oyster at this point. I'm so stressed. I don't know what to make decisions about. I don't know. That looks kind of as combined as it's going to get. Now we're going to add in the vanilla and eggs. Normally you do 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. So we are going to do 2 full eggs and 2 egg yolks. I am going to use vanilla bean paste for this. I like the little flecks that it'll put in the cookies, so I am going to drop in some of that. And then we're going to put this sucker back on. I use the Trader Joe's bourbon vanilla bean paste. It's really good. Woo! Are we still locked in? Okay. Now this says don't overmix. Okay, this feels like a crucial moment. We're going to add in a hefty glug of that. Our eggs. And I'm trying to do this like at a good pace. Keeping an eye on it. So after that, it says to add in our flour. Like once this is just combined, we're going to go in with this. I'm going to turn her off. Scrape. Yeah, this is looking good. Wow, everything is so much easier with a stand mixer. Low. Drop her in. Did I clean my stove earlier? Yes. Is it gonna matter now? No. I feel like it's your destiny that you get your KitchenAid dirty. So I'm happy you can't see it because I kept it all on this side, but she is covered in flour, mama. Okay. Let's check on her. Oh yeah, she's all up in here. She's all up in here. She'll get a bath later, don't worry. I don't know if you can tell, but this is what I meant by like it's very dry. It just like barely holds together. But that's kind of what we want with this. It's just like what gives you the consistency of these like giant cookies. I'm going to move over here for a hot minute just because something people have always told me with their KitchenAids is that they don't get to the bottom, and that's looking like a fact. So I'm just going to scrape everything. Honestly, I think this is done. I don't want to over mix it. Wow, this is like the perfect consistency. The dough is great. Now this is the fun part. This is where we're doing our add-ins. Okay? You can see our dough is a little dense, so I'm going to spread it out. Now, for our add-in options, I like to do anything that is fun, spunky, cutesy, whatever. Here's what I got. These sprinkles. These are cute. They're from Trader Joe's. I like those. I always put marshmallows in because these will bake up. They will hit in the fall time. Trader Joe's does maple mini marshmallows. And then we have 3 types of chip options. I have dark chocolate chips. I have caramel chips. And then I have mini chocolate chips. The minis are more mini semi-sweets. The mini semi-sweets can be a little bit of an issue because I don't want them to break apart. I like the caramel because I think that adds like a different, something other than chocolate. Sometimes if I have it on hand, I'll put like popcorn or pretzels in it for like a salty note. But the only popcorn I have right now is cheddar and kettle corn, and no. I'm going to do the dark ones to balance it out so it's not so, like, it's kind of sickeningly sweet right now, which, that's on you if you don't like that. And then I'm going to put some sprinkles because why not? They're birthday cookies. Let's make them fun. Rainbow. Yay. Happy Pride, everyone. Happy Pride. I feel like I just need to, like, get in here. The dough is thick, okay? But so is my ass. So I can do all of this. These look like fun party cookies, okay? And you know it's a fun party if it's Clark party. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that, mama. And that's our dough, baby. Cool. Let's bake her up. Y'all, I still don't have parchment paper. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Trey is giving seen better days. Because it's a fact. What I'm just gonna do now, these are not going to flatten. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You just kind of make giant balls and they stay that size and they just kind of cook through so you're not eating raw eggs. And honestly, that's exactly what I want in a cookie. It's wonderful. It's delicious. Some of them I make aggressively large for comical purposes. I'm really happy this is what I decided to make with this for the first time because I think, weirdly, this is so incredibly me. It's for my birthday. I think this is just very sweet, and I'll always remember that the first thing I ever made with it was these giant cookies. Not me getting nostalgic, before it can even be nostalgic. There's a bunch of sprinkles at the bottom. I'm just grabbing those up. No sprinkle left behind. She's a bit aggressive. That's fine. Okay, you want to know the other crazy thing? These are going to bake for like 10 minutes. It's 10 to 12 minutes. They're not going to look done, but they'll be done. Okay, now let's do the blue tray that's in much better shape. She has not been to war and back. You know what would be fun? To break out the Big Chill, which is a vintage ice cream maker that I have. I did a video on it, but I have that, and we could make ice cream to put in between the 2 giant cookies. Oh, that would be incredible. Boom. That made 19 cookies. 19 giant cookies. All right, y'all. These are also going to go in the oven. We'll keep an eye on them. I'll show you our finished results of our first ever KitchenAid Mixer moment. I feel like these, every other time I've made these normally have a lot more like thickness to them. I don't know if the butter was just really not it this time. I don't know. They're still delicious and beautiful and everything I could want them to be and more. And I think that's just great. I'm so happy this was the first thing I decided to make with our girl who is yet to be named. And I can't wait to see all the other things we make with her. I really want to make some type of dough, like rolls or like cinnamon rolls. But we'll see. We'll see. So thank y'all so much for coming to the table this week. Thanks for going through this life event with me. How many times in your life are you gonna film the first thing you ever make with your KitchenAid mixer and have it for the rest of your life? And you got to be here with me. And I love that so much. So thank y'all so much for coming to the table. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Bye.